Hello everyone and welcome to GR Golf. I am Jim and welcome to today's video, how to fix the shanks. The word shank in golf is so feared that people are afraid to utter it. Golf commentators, when we watch golf, they'll see a pro hit it and they'll say, ooh, that's that dreaded S word. And first of all, let's note that pros hit these bad shots. They hit shanks. But the next shot they hit is very usable. And how do they do that? But us amateurs sometimes can let this defeat us so much that some of you may be thinking of quitting the game because you seem to not be able to get over this hurdle. You're so embarrassed by these bad shots, because they are embarrassing, that you keep hitting them and you can't fix them. I've seen a lot of good players sit and hit bucket of balls after bucket of balls trying to fix this when they're not that far off. Watch this video. I'm going to give you some very practical things. I'm going to give you some knowledge, and let's cure and get rid of those shanks. Get out there and play golf again. Let's have some fun. So if you're watching this video, you've probably hit a shank in your life. Let's say you're up there at the driving range or you're out playing golf and you get up here and you hit a very usable shot like I did there. It's not a perfect shot, but that's a usable one, because golf's just a game of misses and you're pretty happy about that. Then the next shot you get up here and something like this happens to you. And you're like, oh my goodness, what just happened? I just hit a shank. And if you got your buddies with you, like, I just hit a shank. And everybody, and you start to panic and you start to freak out. And that's step number one. You gotta stop being afraid of hitting a bad shot like this. It's just another bad shot. Yeah, it's terrible. I might have hit the ball in a place where I've got to have a penalty stroke or something, but get over it. You can hit good shots. Stop being afraid. And step number two is equip yourself with knowledge, and that's what we're going to talk about next. You saw me right there hit a usable shot and then hit a shank. Now I'm going to get up here. I'm going to hit a usable shot again just to show you that you're not that far off and you can fix it. Okay, I just hit a shank, everybody. Now I'm going to get up here and fix it. Okay, I hit that one a little bit to the left, but that was not a shank. I could play that one. Probably it's going to have a little chip up here by the green. A lot better than that shank. Those shots I just hit. I hit a shank there to start. Or excuse me, hit a good shot there to start. Hit a shank. Hit another good usable shot. Because I know how to fix it. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Things I've learned because I've hit them. The pros hit them. The difference is the knowledge and learning not to be afraid. Step number two in fixing the shanks is knowledge. We got to understand what caused that golf ball to shank. That golf ball, just as I have one sitting right here, every time that we're hitting a golf shot, whether it's on the range or on the course, that golf ball just sits there and waits for us to give it instructions with the golf club. That's one thing about golf. It's not reactionary. That ball's just sitting there waiting for us to tell it what to do. When I hit that shank, I told it to hit a shank. When I hit a good little baby draw there for a good usable shot, that's the instructions I gave that golf ball that just sits there. And the reason I was able to fix it is I know the instructions that I gave it to cause it to shank. First of all is understand what's happening at impact. I've got my club here. This is called the club face. I realize I have different levels of golfers that watch this video. So this is called the club face. And in golf, we want to line up the club when it's on the ground or when it's teed up in the middle of that club face, because that's where we want to hit. It's where we have the most power. If I were to hit the ball here on this end, this would be the toe. Over here would be the heel. And then here would be the hosel. And this is where shanks come from. This part of the club here, that's not the face, but actually the hosel, when we hit that with the golf, or hit the golf ball with that, then it causes those terrible shots for us right-handed golfers to shoot out to the right, and that's where we get the shanks from. We're actually, our goal is to hit it here in the middle. We actually contact it here on the hosel. So if I just hit a shank, I know that my swing somehow got out here and I hit the ball right there on the hosel when I'm supposed to be hitting it in the middle of the club face. So the first thing I would check is when you address the ball, make sure you have the club here at rest where you're lined up in the middle of the club face. Never take that for granted. Check and make sure you're not lined up here, because you might be. You might be so focused on what's in front of you, you might start right here and you're probably going to hit a shank. So make sure that that club is lined up to where the ball is in the center of the club face at address. As we learn some more knowledge on what is happening here, in order for me to hit a shank and contact the ball with the hosel, if I have good setup to where my golf club has come to rest, where the middle of the club face is right behind the ball, and on my downswing, I know to hit a shank, I've got to get that club farther away from my body. And there's two different areas to look at in this. You are either on your downswing extending your hands way too far out. This distance here at address between the back of my hands and my lower body has changed. It's gotten farther away. That's the first place to check. Another thing to check is to see if you are lunging forward with your body. I'm kind of on a downslope here, so it's a little hard. I don't want to fall over on the camera, but some of you may swing and kind of have a tendency to step through over this way because perhaps your weight is too much here on your toes. You know, if I got my weight here on my toes and I fall forward, I'm more likely to hit the ball on the hosel and cause a shank. So I've got to work on a few things with my balance. First thing we can do is get some feedback. You know, put your club right here behind the ball. Line it up to where it's lined up properly, where the ball's in the middle of the club face. Put you a tee down right there, just a little bit away. Put you another one there, and then make a swing. You know, if I'm going to hit this on the hosel, I'm going to definitely hit that tee right there. So watch this. I'll hit a shank just to show you. Okay, terrible shot. Went over there towards my house. You notice this tee stayed. And that again is because I hit the ball in the hosel because the club is getting too far away from my body on my downswing. Now let's talk about some practical ways to give you not only just feedback here, but a drill for you to use. A great thing to do is if you have a golf stand bag, or if you know somebody that does, take your golf stand bag, set it down here, keep your driver head cover on, and get in a position here to where you can just put that right there at your lower back on your waist. And as you take practice swings, really concentrate on making sure you remain connected to that driver head. If you were to hit a shank, you would get off of that if you were a thruster of your body. At the same time, I got to keep my hands closer to me, but if you have a problem of leaning forward, first of all, get that weight here on the balls of your feet, not on your toes, and keep that back connected as you make a swing. You can actually make full swings doing this. You can see right there, hit a really good shot, staying connected there, just using my stand bag. So another great thing that is to do here when you're on the driving range, especially working on those anti-shank tendencies, is to put your club right there behind the ball, center of the club face, and then put a tee right there. And I know that if I were to hit a shank, I would hit that tee. So I'm going to tell myself, Jim, on the downswing, just be an athlete and miss that tee. Let's see how this works. Got that tee down there. My goal is to miss that tee. Mission accomplished, a great shot. And what happened was, I know I didn't hit a shank because that tee is still there. It's important to give yourself feedback. And the biggest thing I told myself on that downswing, of course I'm working on staying connected with that stand bag, is just making sure I maintain this distance with my hands at address. So if I'm here at address, I want to feel like on my downswing, keep my hands closer to me. In order to hit that shank, my hands are going to be out farther away from me. So in order to miss that tee, I Told myself, keep my hands close to me on my downswing, had a good result. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and hopefully this has helped you, first of all, not be afraid of shanks. And you saw me, I could intentionally hit them because we talked about step number 2 is knowledge. I know what caused it. There's no mystery to it. I don't have a disease if I hit a shank. I'm not incurable. It's just a bad shot, just like a slice is, just like a hook, pull hook, a duck hook that you may not be wanting to hit intentionally that happen. And we're not afraid to call them that, but we're afraid to even use the word shank. Stop being afraid. Use the knowledge in this video to overcome that. Get your mind in the right place. You know, the pros, when they hit these shots, their mind isn't in that shot. Golf is very demanding. It doesn't care what's going on in your life right now. You got to focus on this shot, and that's what's so great about it, and execute it. You know, if you got things in your life you need to sort out, go sort them out and then come back to golf. But, you know, if you're worried about work or something and what you got to deal with work or after the round, you know, lay that aside. It'll be there after the round, and enjoy it. You know, if you got something going on with your relationship, perhaps you need to take a break from golf and go deal with that. You know what I mean? But get your mind in the right place. That'll help you not to hit a shank. But if you do hit a shank, I'll probably hit another one in my life unintentionally. I did hit some intentionally there, but unintentionally, I'm not going to wig out. I'm going to laugh about it, get up there, concentrate, and hit a good usable shot. Thank you again for watching this video. Remember to smile often, have fun. God loves you. We will see you next time.